Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and in this video, I'm going to tell you about 19 business ideas, post-pandemic. You can actually start today in less than 19 minutes, or at least that's actually my goal. And also, don't worry, 99% of the ideas basically don't require you being, for example, famous on YouTube or a social media influencer or any other stuff, okay? 99% of them you can start without being really anyone online whatsoever. However, I will include some of those just for those people that do want to build, for example, a social media base. On top of that, don't worry because, it's a business you can start today or tomorrow, whenever you actually want to. Don't require a bunch of money. And it's not like, hey, I'm going to be working part-time basically. And when I do the math, I'm making around 11 cents per hour. I had a friend that actually did that. That's not going to be used, so don't worry. However, let's get started here because I want to get this video done in less than 19 minutes. That is the goal. You would already know if I failed or if I didn't fail, okay? As always, like this video. On top of that, also subscribe. Now, the very first one, guys, is actually creating a cleaning service. Now, my aunt actually does this and makes around $75 to $100 per home she cleans, and it takes her around 2 hours to 4 hours. And you might say, Tommy, that's not a lot of money. However, $100 divided by 4 hours, that's around $25 per hour. If it is, for example, a smaller home, it can take you even less time. And by the way, it's not just homes, it can be also businesses, offices, whatever you actually want to do as far as cleaning service. And we all know everyone likes to have everything clean. So go out there and try to build a clientele when it comes to starting up a cleaning service. Number 2 is going to be a delivery service. Now, I'm not saying go create an app, pay $5,000 for it. But I'm saying though, for example, even Uber now has, for example, Uber packages where basically people can order to buy something and you bring it to them directly. Or for example, you can stand around at the Walmarts, at the Best Buys, not really Best Buy, maybe Best Buy, or for example, at the furniture stores, and just basically offer, hey, I have a van or a service, and I also IKEA, and I can basically deliver your item from here to your home and put it inside for a small fee that is lower than the company will charge you, blah, 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 blah. I love this service, guys, and I actually did this when I actually bought my bed because I did not want to pay a big company because basically it was going to charge me way too much money. But you can get one trip, maybe an hour or 30 minutes, and charge someone, for example, $70 to $100 to even $200 or more. And before you know it, you can create your own moving company and whatever you actually want to do. Now, number 3, guys, is remote fitness. Now, obviously, to do this, you will need, for example, to be certified or at least have, for example, a pretty fit body or whatever you actually want to have. However, though, this is not as difficult as you probably think it is. I have a friend that does this, and in reality, what he has is basically a program. He shares it with his customers, and then he comes in, for example, once a day or twice a day or every other day and reviews exactly their progress and how everything's actually going. And that right there is awesome. It's not like you have to work out with every single one of them, but more like you tell them exactly what to do, and then you check back and see exactly what their progress is. Again, that is online fitness. Number 4, guys, online reselling. Now, this right here will always be my baby. I love this. I got started this way. If you want to, this involves, for example, garage sales. For example, you can buy things at garage sales, go to Craigslist, go to Facebook, go to eBay, and basically go ahead and resell them there, either peer-to-peer or basically just online. You can flip phones, but my favorite thing to flip is things you have around your home that you don't need, and you can basically get paid cash for. Also, GOODWILLS, also a great place to go shop around for clothes for $1, $2, and then sell them on eBay for like $15, $10 and everything else. Reselling is always going to be awesome in my opinion. Number 5, homemade service. Now, this right here is not really a business. However, you could make it a business, but in reality, it takes the average person around 75 hours to actually become a homemade. Those are the people that help, for example, usually elderly or sick people in their homes. They clean after them, make sure they're good, drink their medicine, cook for them sometimes also. But the idea is that these people usually make around $24,000 per year, maybe a little bit more. It's not really like a lot of money. However, it can get your foot in the door to actually make some income on your own schedule when you actually want to. So that's why I say home aids is potentially a good business, especially right now during post-pandemic. And it's always been a good one, and it will continue to be a good one for a very long time, as long as we have sick people and also elderly people, and that will most likely be forever, okay? Now, on top of that, number 6 is going to be online teaching and also tutoring. Now, as you guys know, this right here has been around forever and will continue to be around forever, and it works great, you know, especially now when kids are not going to school physically and, you know, not the bulk of them, for example. It comes into play where basically if you know a subject, you're really good at it, you can help a kid and basically make $15 an hour or $25 an hour, and you build your own clientele, you work when you want to, and it's just a lot better. On top of that, also, if you know a language, for example, and you want to help somebody that's in a foreign place, for example, like China or anywhere else, and just teaching, for example, English, which is language you know, the answer is that can also get you paid a lot of money. Usually though, you will need to get either certified or just take a test so they can actually make sure you actually know what you're doing. Look up online, okay? Online language service, get hired or whatever, and that can actually earn you a good amount of money. On top of that, number 7, guys, is going to be cloud kitchen or just health meal preps. Now, obviously, this basically means that if you want to create, for example, an online menu or a recipe and then sell it to people online, that's also possible. But for example, if you want to go peer-to-peer or person-to-person, referral-based, whatever it is, and say, hey, I can make you healthy vegan meals, vegetarian meals, or just, for example, healthy meals overall, or for example, just unhealthy meals, whatever it is, and you say, hey, I can charge you X amount per week and actually get you the meals, they're already cooked, and that way you don't gotta cook. And for example, it's also cheaper than actually eating out. But for this, obviously, you do need to actually cook at home and actually make the whole thing possible. And of course, okay, you will have to contact the health department, depending on the state you actually live, to make sure you can actually cook at home and then basically give that food to individuals as a business. So do your research on this one, but it is a pretty good one. On top of that, number 8 is video editing services. This is always going to be, for example, a high level skill. It does pay you a lot of money. It's just a little bit hard to get, for example, like consistent income all the time because you go from client to client to client. However, though, editing videos is not that hard. You can go basically on YouTube and learn there. It does take skill, of course, but in reality, after a while, you can get better and better and better. But it's one of those skills you can learn without having to pay anybody to actually teach it to you, okay? And that is what I actually like about it so much. On top of that, guys, number 9 is actually pet sitting. Now, obviously, they can pay you anywhere from $50 to $100 per day per pet. Obviously, it involves you actually liking pets, walking dogs, and all this stuff. And in reality, it's not just like pet sitting, but it can be basically pet activities where you go to different clientele houses. You're like, hey, I'll walk your dog for X amount of time every single morning because you don't have time or whatever. This works great in New York, for example, and like in those busy city-state areas where everyone is kind of busy, but they want to have a pet. Well, you can actually go in there, do the whole thing for them, and get, for example, $25, $50 per day. And if you have, for example, maybe just like 10 clients, well, potentially, let's say $25 per day, that's $250 every single day. Pet sitting or, for example, pet services. Now, number 10, guys, is ebook writing. Again, you don't require to have like a crazy social media presence for this, but the answer is you can actually write an ebook and sell that over and over and over again just after writing it, for example, once. Tommy, how do I write an ebook? Of course, I can't tell you everything in this video, but go on YouTube and type in, hey, how do I write an ebook? How does it work? And all that information. But in reality, remember, you don't have to be the best person in that field. You just have to know something that the person you're gonna sell it to doesn't know, right? So the idea is if you wanna do cooking services or cooking ebook, whatever it is, just know more than the person you're gonna sell it to and you're gonna help them out. Don't need to be Gordon Ramsay or whatever it is, okay? Just get started. Ebooks work. On top of that, number 11, affiliate marketing. Again, I did say you don't have to be social media influencer, all that stuff, but this is the one out of the whole list here, as you do kind of need a presence. But affiliate marketing is basically when somebody pays you a commission for selling, for example, their product. Now, this can mean, for example, YouTube videos, TikToks, Instagram, or for example, starting out a blog where I talk about cameras. When you basically buy that camera, my referral link, for example, I get paid a commission. That's also a good idea. Number 12 is actually accounting and also bookkeeping services. You might say, Tommy, well, that's college. That's not really a business. Well, accounting, yes, but bookkeeping, you can actually do that with a high school degree along with 2 years of experience. You can basically go ahead and become a bookkeeper and earn between 15 to 25 to potentially even more money every single hour, okay? And it's actually a pretty good gig. And on top of that, it is very dependent income, which is basically what you're looking forward for, all right? And you're always gonna have a job. So that's why I say bookkeeping. If you want to do accounting though, that does require some college and so on, but yeah, you can also start a business with accounting. So keep that in mind. Number 13, online personal assistant, aka VAs, virtual assistant. Now, this means, for example, you're gonna help somebody either answer messages, answer their emails, set appointments, whatever they actually wanna do, but it's all done from the comfort of your home. Now, at the low level, this can pay you anywhere from $3 per hour, but at the high level, it can pay you around $30 to $40 per hour if you're actually an executive assistant. Now, if you wanna learn more about this, look up Virtual Assistant 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, and basically look at the companies you recommend and then basically try to get hired by those companies to become, for example, an executive virtual assistant. On top of that, number 14, online therapy or online friend. Yes, you heard me correctly. Obviously, the online therapy one is you need a license, college, all that stuff. But the online friend, guys, okay, there are legit websites out there. You can actually sign up, make a profile, do the whole process, and then somebody can actually hire you and pay you money to text them, to hang out with them, or for example, call them at a specific time or whatever it takes, okay? Because in reality, it's just about being an online friend. And I've seen, for example, like online dates and stuff like that, but that's just a little bit different. So if you want to do that, that is different. But again, go on Google, type in, hey, online friend, and then you can get hired and also get paid money for this stuff. I saw a whole video on this stuff. It's pretty cool if you're actually interested in this. On top of that, number 15, this one requires a lot more work, but it's actually mask designing. Now, if you guys know, everyone wears masks these days. So in reality, if you can design a fancy mask, build the business out of that, that's awesome. On top of that though, people have been creating, for example, like little necklaces for their masks that might attach, for example, to their glasses and their masks that can also get you paid some money between $5 to $10 per item. Then you can go ahead and basically sell those items, for example, on Etsy or to peer-to-peer or to a business or whatever you actually want to do. But it does require the work to actually do the whole process, or just to hire somebody to do it for you, or just to outsource it from somebody else that's actually doing it, and then basically just buy in bulk and then sell it to whoever you actually want to sell it to. I wish I had more time. Please, oh my gosh, I should do like a full video on this one. On top of that, also number 16 is actually a portable car wash. This is one that I actually love a lot. In reality, if you buy, for example, a pressure washer and you just go around your neighborhood and offers, for example, say, hey, I'll wash your car for 20 bucks, 15 bucks right here, right now. And you can basically get paid some money like that. And the idea is not just your neighborhood, but everywhere, wherever you see a car, especially, for example, in nice, expensive neighborhoods where people don't really mind giving somebody $20, that'll be cool. But also make sure to accept, for example, Quick Pay or Cash App or Venmo. That way it's not just cash, because sometimes people just don't have cash on hand. But again, it can start with a bucket, some water and soap, or a pressure washer, a little van, to make yourself look a little bit more professional. And also sign people up, say, hey, I'll come by monthly, give you a 20% discount if you actually sign up for this whole process. Blah, blah, blah. This is actually pretty cool if you want to get into it. On top of that, number 17 is actually tree trimming or a removal service, like garbage removal service. I can actually pay you a lot of money. On top of that, the main thing though is, right, with trimming, it's not like, hey, I'm gonna come in with my lawnmower and then lawn your lawn, I get paid money, right? Yeah, cool, but you can actually build the whole business from it and actually learn how to do the skill very well, and then hire people to do the work for you, pay them less money. You have a bunch of clients, and now you're just basically chilling at home while everyone else is doing all the work for you. Number 18, resume and career. Okay, now again, guys, if you can help somebody with a career and also a resume, when a lot of people right now are basically unemployed, will have to redo their resumes, redo cover letters and everything like that. If you're good with this stuff, well, in reality, you can actually get paid a lot of money. Well, a good amount of money. Where are your clients? Basically LinkedIn and all those websites where people are basically offering to actually get a job. You can reach out to them and be like, hey, your resume is not that great, okay? And I can actually help you with it or whatever it takes, okay? Now, number 19, and the last one here is actually selling bracelets, gems, and also crystals on Etsy. Now, this right here is not really what I like to do. However, if you are into this stuff, you know, like the whole energy stuff, the whole bracelets and the earrings and all this stuff, it is also a legitimate business. You can make, for example, an Instagram and Etsy account and basically start advertising and selling your items. Again, you can make them yourself or just outsource them and buy them, a lot less work in my opinion, and then basically sell them to your clientele. And guys, those right there are 19 business ideas in less than 19 minutes. One thing I regret is not having enough time to actually break every single one of them down. However, though, if you want me to make a full video on the top 5 that you're mostly interested in, comment down below your top 5, and then basically I'll make a video on those top 5s and go into full detail, for example, how to get started, how much it costs, where to buy the items, and whatever you actually want to do, okay? Comment down below, let me know. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. On top of that, also, if you want to call me, join me, link is down below. Schedule a call today. Calls are free, by the way. On top of that, also, if you want to DM me on Instagram, DM me right here at TommyBryson. And also, here's another video here, and click my face right here. And as always, peace.